Hey everyone, welcome to Tuesday Night Legacy presented by Spellhold Games. My name is Eugene. I'm happy to be back after a week off. We're back in the store. Hope you're staying safe out there. We're staying as safe as possible at the store with our mandatory mask policy in place. With all of that, let's get right into it. Here in round one, we have Eric on UR Delver versus Ali on Mono Black Control. Ali getting the starting play here. Mono Black Control often using powerful discard effects and removal, followed up by efficient threats to kind of take over the game quickly. Here you can see a Dark Ritual into a Hymn to Turok, getting Force of Willed from Eric's Delver based deck with no actual Delver in it. He's starting off the game with a Dragon's Rage Channeler, getting a lot of value from Dragon's Rage Channeler. Every time you cast a spell, you get to surveil one, and if you have enough cards in the graveyard with enough card types in the graveyard, it actually gets +2/+2 and gains flying. So very good to get as many cards into the grave as possible. He's already got 3 different card types, only one more to go before, I believe that is it. So Dragon's Rage Channeler is already online, and that's 3 in the air. Ali playing a Hymn to Turok here, trying to get Eric to discard 2 cards at random out of his hand, getting a little bit of extra value out of Dark Confidant, drawing an extra card each turn by taking a little bit of damage for the converted mana cost of the card. Eric rolling some dice here to randomly decide which cards to discard. There goes a Pestermite and a Force of Will. Often a good choice to just let it go through instead of forcing. Well, debatable. If you want to choose the cards to get rid of or randomly get them. So Eric getting in here for 3 beats every turn. Ooh, a second Hymn to Turok from... Oh, it's 2 damage. That's the free card from Dark Confidant. Ali still deciding what he wants to play. It is going to be the Hymn to Turok again. I believe, yeah. Flashing in a Deceiver Exarch. This is a very good card here. It allows him to tap or untap a permanent each turn, or when it enters the battlefield, excuse me. And it is actually the combo piece with Splinter Twin, because if you play Splinter Twin, you can put a copy of that card into play, which would untap the creature with Splinter Twin on it, thus giving a hasted 1/4, and you can do that infinitely until you just completely overrun the opponent. So all Eric has to do here is draw a Splinter Twin, but he also needs 2 more mana for the actual combo. But it doesn't look like that's going to matter here because, yep, he's already picking it up. Just the beats alone was enough to get by. All right, here we are in match 2. Deciding who's going to go first, or deciding to keep Mulligan or not. Ali gets the play here because he lost the last game. Starting with a Wooded Foothills into a Ragavan. Of course. One of the more exciting cards. Oh, it's already dead. That's okay. Don't want to deal with that anyways. Fatal Push is a great black magic card introduced just a little while ago. Dothy Voidwalker is one of these efficient threats I was talking about. 2 mana. Oh, and it's not going to matter because Force of Will. Oh well, Dothy. It's okay. All right. On to the next turn. Thinking about it just a little bit, I believe it's Eric's turn right now, or is it? It's Ali's turn. So he's playing Urza's Saga. This is another very strong card. If this gets to stick around, he can generate constructs from this. And on the 3rd turn that he has it in play, it actually is going to get him a free artifact of either 0 or 1 converted mana cost straight out of his deck. He doesn't need to cast it or anything. This has proven to be a really good strategy, grabbing things like Thopter Foundry or Pithing Needle, or even for some decks, things like Mox Diamond or Mox Opal, just to get extra mana. Okay, dashing in a Ragavan to trade with the Dark Confidant. Really don't want that Ragavan to hit. Just generates too much value, getting the treasure and the damage and the card off of the top. Ali making that construct there off of the Urza Saga 2nd ability. It's going to have power and toughness equal to the number of artifacts in play. So if you use the Saga to its full effect, plus the artifact that comes into play, you will have 2 3/3 artifacts. And if you can play more Urza Sagas, that just keeps getting better and better and better. Ali getting a Nile Spellbomb here to blow out Eric's graveyard. This is a great idea since the Dragon's Rage Channeler is based off of how many card types are in the grave. So if he gets rid of all of them, then Eric is starting from 0 again, and Ali also gets to draw an extra card off of that. So some free mana value. Okay, now the construct is by itself down to a 1/1. Thoughtseize getting played here. Ali gets to take any one card out of Eric's hand, but he has to pay 2 life for it. Looking at the 2 Splinter Twins there, and kind of deciding maybe taking 1 Splinter Twin's not a good idea, so he takes the days instead. Plays a Dark Confidant and passes. Alright, Eric kind of stuck here with 2 Splinter Twins in hand, no creatures in play, so plays the land go. Ali gets another Urza Saga and in for just 3 beats, but still enough beats. Oh, another Lightning Bolt off the top is going to get rid of the Dark Confidant. Kind of a slow but eventual grind here for Ali. 1/1 construct, Urza Saga online here, but he chooses not to create the construct. Probably a good idea, always to create the construct at the end of turn. One of the best cards in Magic right now, Expressive Iteration, going off. Got the Lightning Bolt to get rid of another construct, but Ali makes a construct in response and then makes another construct. I believe that's 4 constructs so far. Ali goes for a Pithing Needle. I believe he names Scalding Tarn with this one. Great play with 2 Scalding Tarns in play already. The way that the stacking works for that is because Eric did not crack the Scalding Tarns in response, he cannot crack them once Ali puts the Pithing Needle in play. All right, that's going to wrap it up, and we are on to match 3. Eric has the play here. Starting out with, it looks like a Steam Vents into a Ragavan. Okay. Turn 1, Thoughtseize. So good they named a podcast after it. Okay, we're seeing Deceiver Exarch, Expressive Iteration, Dragon's Rage Channeler, and Splinter Twin. What is he going to choose? It's going to maybe the Deceiver Exarch. Got to look at the hand again, see what he can deal with. It's a tough choice sometimes on turn 1 when you have so many threats to deal with. Gonna take the card advantage engine of Expressive Iteration and pass it back to Eric. Alright, 2 damage from the Ragavan. Okay, Urza Saga off at the top, 1 treasure generated. So Eric now has access to even more mana, so he's at 3 mana for turn 2. There is a theoretical Splinter Twin win here if he plays his cards right. Oh, the Sudden Demise is going to get rid of Ragavan there. Fetching for Snow-Covered Island. That's going to get him probably Deceiver Exarch into play right now at the end of Ali's turn. And Ali has tapping a mana. Thinking about it. Not quite sure. Oh, I believe the mana is actually tapped because of Deceiver Exarch. It's not that he's tapping it himself. I believe the mana has been floated, and he's trying to decide if he's going to use a second mana. And Thoughtseize is going to come down and take that Splinter Twin. Great choice. Don't lose immediately. But there's not a lot of advantage being generated on Ali's side, unfortunately. These creatures are coming down, and he may be dealing with future threats that would immediately lose him the game, but he's slowly getting chunked out here with these little creatures of, power 1 or 2 or 3. So 3 creatures down, Pestermite, Deceiver Exarch, and Dragon's Rage Channeler. I do believe Dragon's Rage Channeler is online. Expressive Iteration, yep, that's 4 types. So he's got to deal with that 3/3 beater. Ali plays Plague Engineer here. It's going to choose type Rogue, which is going to kill his Pestermite. But he's still going to take 3 a turn. Ali down to 10 already here. He's got about 4 turns before it's all said and done if he doesn't deal with the Dragon's Rage Channeler. Plague Engineer does have Death Touch, so that means anything swinging in he can trade with. Unfortunately, Dragon's Rage Channeler does gain flying when it has Delirium. So a little tough to deal with in that situation. 3 mana is going to get us Liliana of the Veil, one of the classic Legacy cards and modern cards too. He can either make them both discard a card, he can make target player sacrifice a creature, or a pretty cool ability that most people don't use. Eric, in response, flashes in Izzet Staticaster so that he can sacrifice it instead of either of his 2 other creatures. Lily pretty exposed here, but it almost might not be worth it for Eric to kill the Lily since Ali is so low right now. He goes straight for the face, down to 7. A lot of land, but not anything to deal with that 3/3 flyer. I think Ali has Hymn to Turok in his hand and a Dauthi Voidwalker, neither of those being the things he wants to see. The Voidwalker comes down, and a Hymn to Turok is cast. In response, Eric is going to cast Lightning Bolt, killing the Dauthi. Kind of a weird interaction. The Lightning Bolt still gets exiled from the Dauthi's ability, even though it is the thing being killed, due to the way that Burn interacts with the stack and how things become resolved. Magic is a fun game sometimes. Alright, Liliana ticking up. Neither players have anything in hand, so nothing really happens except for the loyalty going up. Ali's going to think and pass it back. 3 more damage in for Dragon's Rage Channeler. I think Eric is all in on this 3/3 flying beater to get it. Ooh, that's a tough one. Ali shows Plague Engineer off of the Bob trigger. That's going to deal 3 damage to him, going down to 1. And the 1 card that Eric drew was Lightning Bolt. So it is done. Thank you for sticking around till the end, and we'll see you in round 2. Thanks.